I think Jesus was, from what from the words, so many of the words I've heard or read about Jesus that are attributed to someone named Jesus, whether it was it Jesus or not, I of course don't know, but so many of the words that were attributed to someone named Jesus reveal something about him. And it's that he certainly wasn't a Christian, and he wasn't Jewish. He was a maverick, he went beyond his religion and denied it in many ways, actually, which of course one has to do if one wants to know freedom, of course, because religion is not truth. Religion is ignorance. I hope I don't offend anyone here, but religion is not truth, it's ignorance. Religion is not the message of the master like Jesus or the Buddha or Ramana Maharshi. The religion that follows those masters is ignorance, and almost always and exclusively misses the point of the master's teaching, and even intentionally for the purpose of business. So Jesus went against his Jewish upbringing. He was a rebel. I say anyone who wants to be free has to be a rebel. A free person is an absolute rebel. And I don't just mean rebel to the government or something like that, or even a rebel to a religion. I mean a rebel to your own mind. And what is religion? What is your mind? Your mind is what religion is. Your mind. Culture is your mind. Politics is your mind. So a real rebel is a rebel against all of that, all of mind, all of culture, all of religion, all of the experiences of your past. A real rebel, of someone who's free, is a rebel to that. And Jesus certainly was that. And of course, Jesus was not a Christian. He never heard of the word Christianity. That came well after his death. And again, I hope I don't offend anyone, but Christianity is ignorance. It's not truth, and it's not wisdom. And the preachers who share the words of the Bible and the Gospels and everything don't know truth. I'm sorry. Maybe a few do, but they don't. They're just people talking, giving sermons, and they study the Bible in school and understand it as their religion has taught them to understand it. And it's not what Jesus spoke about. So Jesus certainly wasn't a Christian either. And Buddha wasn't a Buddhist. Buddhism is a religion, and it's also, in maybe less so, but also in large part, ignorance as well. Because truth is not a religion. Truth is freedom. Freedom is free. There's no religion in freedom. You're not, a free person is not a Christian or a Buddhist or an Advaitin or non-dualist. Nothing, none of this. It has nothing to do with freedom, But as I started to say at the beginning, from the words that I know of Jesus, and we all know many of these phrases from Jesus that are attributed to someone called Jesus, they indicate to me that Jesus was free and was more aligned with the Eastern traditions of Advaita and even the higher teachings, the highest Buddhist teachings. He was more aligned with that than with what we consider Christianity or Judaism. For example, and I don't have to go into the specific examples, but what I will say is that Jesus knew the truth of non-doership. I'm not going to go into the details. We look on intensives, we get into this a little bit, some of the sayings of Jesus, but then it's effective because you could see for yourself. So then when we reveal something for ourselves, then I can bring in a sentence of Jesus and you can see what he meant. So, but I'll just say Jesus was knew that he's not the doer. And all the teachings, the modern teachings, I'm not the doer, I'm not the doer, non-doership teachings, Jesus was that. And Jesus was also a non-dualist as well. All these teachings we have of non-duality, mostly highly misunderstood, by the way. Both of those teachings, mostly highly misunderstood. But from what I hear in Jesus's words, he was a non-dualist as well. So if there was someone named Jesus, but whoever said those words, someone said them. And when you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear what those words are saying, you can see that there's truth behind the words of Jesus. Like, forgive them, they don't know what they do. I and my Father are one. Before Abraham was, I am. All of the many quotes of Jesus, once you have the eyes and the ears to hear and to see, then you know that he was a free person, enlightened or whatever, you know. So if this is Easter, I don't even know what the specifics of Easter are, but it's something to do with Jesus. That's all I know. Then let's see him, in my view, in the right light, which is not a religion. He's not a religionist. He was a rebel. He went and railed out in the churches. He didn't go bow in the churches. He railed out against the preachers. He wasn't a religionist, you know. He wasn't a Christian. He wasn't a Jew. He was nothing. He was free. So let's, if we want to celebrate Easter and Jesus today, let's celebrate our own freedom. Because do you know one other thing that Jesus said? He said, follow me, I am the way. And what we take that to mean is to follow like a sheep, like a child. That's not what he meant, in my view. He meant, do what I do, be free. That's what he meant. I know that's what he meant, because that's what all masters want, all real masters. There's a lot of nuts, you know, I don't consider such good masters maybe say those words, but the real masters say, follow me, I am the way. It doesn't mean follow me. It means do what I do, be free. So now is Easter, we're celebrating Jesus. So let's be free. Let's do what Jesus said finally, after 2,000 years. And let's do what Ramana Maharshi says, be free. And let's do what the Buddha says, be free. They don't want you to follow them. They want you to hear their message and wake up and be done and be free. Any real master wants that only. So let's have a holiday on this holiday. Blown wide open knowing.